Brandy, Bobby, and Bernadette are painting a fence. Working alone, Brandy could paint the fence in 4 hours, Bobby could paint the fence in 6 hours, and Bernadette could paint the fence in 12 hours. How long would it take them to paint the fence if they worked together? We're going to start off with our let statement, and because they asked us how long would it take them to paint the fence if they worked together, that's going to be X. We're going to let the time it takes working together be X. And before we do any calculations, I want to think about what would make sense as an answer. Now, Brandy is the fastest worker. She can do it in 4 hours. But if she has 2 other people helping her, she should be able to do it faster than that. So we should expect there to be an answer that's less than 4 hours. Maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. Who knows? But it should be less than 4 hours. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up a table to organize our information. And since there's 3 people, the table is going to have 3 rows, still 3 columns. The relationship for any of these shared work problems is going to be rate times time equals work. The people we have are Brandy, Bobby, and Bernadette. And let's start with their rates of work. Remember that a person's rate of work is the reciprocal of how long it takes them to do the job alone. So if Brandy can paint the fence in 4 hours, that means that her rate of work is 1/4, meaning she can paint 1/4 of a fence per hour. It would take Bobby 6 hours to do it alone, so his rate of work is 1/6. He can paint 1/6 of a fence per hour. And Bernadette takes 12 hours doing it alone, so she can paint 1/12 of the fence per hour. Now the time it takes working together is going to be X, so all of these are going to be X. They're working together, so they're all working the same amount of time. And to figure out the work that each person's done, we multiply across. 1/4 times X is X over 4. 1/6 times X is X over 6. And 1/12 times X is X over 12. So we've got the table filled out. Now we need to write an equation that models the situation. And the piece of information we haven't used yet is they are painting 1 fence together, so the total work is going to be 1. That means that if we add up each individual's work, X over 4 plus X over 6 plus X over 12, the total amount of work done by all 3 of them is going to be 1, painting 1 fence, and this is the equation that we need to solve. Anytime we have an equation with fractions in it, we need to multiply both sides by the least common denominator. In this case, that's 12. So we're going to multiply both sides by 12. On the left, when we distribute the 12 times x over 4 is going to be 3x. 12 times x over 6 is 2x. And 12 times x over 12 is just x. And then on the right, 12 times 1 is 12. On the left, we can combine like terms. 3x plus 2x plus x is 6x. So we have 6x equals 12. And if we divide both sides by 6, that gives us x equals 2. If we go up to our let statement, we've got x equals 2. And that was the time it takes them working together, and we're measuring time in hours here, so that's going to be 2 hours. And our conclusion is it would take them 2 hours working together, which is pretty much in line with what we guessed. We said it would be less than 4 hours, and 2 hours is certainly less than 4 hours. So that makes sense as an answer.